Welcome to it, folks. It's time to get a little painful. It's time to use our pain to bring great power and destroy our enemies. It is time to check out Asajj Data Vault. Yes, when we played the Boba Fett episode, which is pinging right now for you in the corner of YouTube, we played against Asajj Data Vault. And I have actually had a guy locals who's played Asajj. They actually played a Asajj Green, not the Data Vault, and they then at a later point did Asajj Red as well. But we're not checking out Asajj's basic green and Asajj's basic red. We're checking out Asajj Data Vault, where our deck is 60 strong cards. So let's talk about the leader. Let's look at the deck, and then let's go to Carabas and see how well we do. Asajj states on her front side, action, deal 1 damage to a friendly unit if you deal 1 damage to an enemy unit in the same arena. The name of the game in this deck is Grit. All of our stuff has Grit attached to it, allowing us to gain those extra point damages. So mainly you can build her around her more of the Grit engine, where you play a lot more of the Grit cards, so that you can damage the Grit cards, pump them up in power, and then swing big power at your opponent. Then, she has an epic action of 6 or more resources. She can deploy herself as a leader for 4/6, does have Grit on her front side as well, on her unit side, but then you want to usually attach her as onto a vehicle. She attaches for 3/4, turns the vehicle into a leader unit. Again, she can also come off of the vehicle if you have stuff like Bamboozle, Disabling Fang Fighter, Confiscate, Power Failure, anything like that. She does not protect herself like Luke Skywalker does. But anyways, once she's attached to a vehicle unit, she can damage the vehicle unit, much like she does here, and then basically pump that vehicle unit up with her Grit ability while she's upgraded as a pilot. So that is the whole thing of Asajj, is that we want to attach her to a vehicle, pump her up massive, and then swing in big damage from space. Once again, Data Vault pumping us up to 60 cards. For our deck, we are running triple Sicarius Crumb. When played, heal 1 damage from a base. Action, tap it, return this unit to his own hand, deal 1 damage to a ground unit. Really good here to damage it with Asajj, and then tap its ability to spin it back to our hand, and then basically we dealt 2 damage to a ground unit. Double Admiral Monty. Again, Asajj just doesn't state that the unit has to survive her ability. She just says straight up kill. So we can go Admiral Monty, funny enough, player from 2, and then when defeated, ready any villainy unit. So we can play him, use Asajj to kill off Admiral Monty. Then Monty can restand practically the entirety of our deck that we want to restand. So really good there. So we don't even have to wait a full turn for Admiral Monty to bash himself into something for us. We have double Sabine, that's double Admiral Monty, double Bazine. When play, look at your opponent's hand, you may discard a card from their hand. If you do, that player draws a card. We can smuggle her out for 4 cunning and villainy. We will be paying 4 here for her because the only aspect we are sharing is the villainy tag. We'll be paying 6 if we smuggle her out. Triple Dr. Pershing to tap it, deal 1 damage to a friendly unit, draw 1 card. Triple Viper Droid. When play, look at our opponent's hand, just so we can see what's going on in the hand. Again, we could even use like Bazine to steal something from it. We have triple 𝐂𝐓𝐃. When defeated, search the top 10 cards of your deck for a unit that costs 2 or less and discard it. For this phase, you may play that unit from your discard pile for free. So basically, you can discard the Bazine and then play the Bazine for free. Triple Phase 3 Dark Trooper Sentinel. And when the combat damage is dealt to this unit, give an experience token to it. Triple Super Laser Technician. Typically, a great combo is go Super Laser Technician, Asajj, kill off Super Laser Technician, and then just basically ramp. We have triple Lord Darth Vader Ambush. Search top 10 cards of your deck for any number of villainy units with a combined cost out of 3 or less and play each of them for free. Basically, really nice to bring out Super Laser Tech or basically Phase 3 Dark Trooper, anything like that. We can also bring out Crumb and maybe an Admiral Monty, anything like that. So we have a lot to look at. Double Maul for ambush and overwhelm. And on attack, you may choose another friendly underworld unit. You do all combat damage that would be dealt to this attack would be dealt to that. Bazine really is our only underworld unit. And then double unit Reinforcement Walker just to help us draw and mill through our deck. And then if we happen to mill cards, we heal 3 damage. That is on when played on attack. We have for the space, triple Inferno Forward. When played, when defeated, look at top 2 cards of our deck. Put any number of them on the bottom of the deck and the rest on top of our deck. Double Corvus Restore 2. When played, you may attach a friendly pilot unit or upgrade to this unit. Basically, we can move anything we want to the Corvus. Triple Devastating Gunship, it does have grit, so this is typically what we really want to attach with Asajj, so that we can attach Asajj to this to get the grit effect there, but nonetheless, Asajj is really good even on like a 𝐒𝐓𝐻, so we can even move stuff Asajj around with 𝐒𝐓𝐻 so that we can get the effect to go off. Anyways, we then have triple Invisible Hand. When played, when this unit completes an attack and survives, specifically has to survive, you may search the top 8 cards for your deck for a droid, reveal it, draw it. If it costs 2 or less, you may play it for free. That's how we're just bringing out the Viper Probe droid. We can also look for the Dark Trooper as well, as it is a droid. Double Avenger, when played on attack, an opponent chooses a non-leader unit they control and defeat it. Double Devastator, again, send no overwhelm, and then when played, may deal damage to a unit equal to the number of resources they control. For our events, we're doing double Confiscate because Lord Vader is running around, and this does deal with a lot of the pilots right now, like Poe. Doesn't really deal with Poe, but does deal with like Asajj, Vader, anything like that. So if those pilots don't have an ability to be safe, we can just basically defeat them right off their unit and put it right back into the leader area, burning their epic action for nothing. Except for Vader's case where he makes a couple TIE Fighter tokens. Triple Power of the Dark Side, a triple resupply. Again, our opponent kills something, they want to decide. A good way to cheese this, guys, if you're playing against this and you have Chewbacca attached to something, choose Chewbacca. Chewbacca can't die by power of the dark side. So just a little bit of a choice there. Triple resupply to, again, just help us ramp. No glory on the results. They control of a non-leader unit and defeat it. Then we have a triple Overwhelming Barrage to give something +2/+2, and then we can just remove around the damage however we want. A really good thing here is to do this on a Asajj that's a really heavily damaged ship so that we can get, basically, we're a massive grit object, and then we basically just have a lot of damage to do that. And then we have Turbo Laser Salvo. Choose an arena. A friendly space unit deals damage equal to power to each enemy unit in that arena. Again, really good just to target the Asajj vehicle. And then we just basically deal everything to each enemy unit in that arena. So if our opponent's really on the ground, we just nuke off the ground. If our opponent's really in space, we just start nuking off space. So that's what's really good about Turbo Laser Salvo. Anyways, that's our Asajj deck. Let's take it to Carabas and see how well we do. Vader Yellow. We already checked out a Vader Yellow deck. It's popping up right now in YouTube for you all if you want to check it out. And we open... Actually, that's a really good hand. We're going to keep that. But yeah, Vader Yellow. Again, Vader action. If you attack with a non-token vehicle unit this phase, you can create a TIE Fighter token. The problem that we're going to find very quick with us and Vader is that we don't have much of a way to stop that swarm in the sky. We'll do a we'll do phase 3 Dark Trooper, and we'll do a Viper droid. We do not have a great way to deal with the ground, with space, besides like Asajj, but that would be, oh, the 𝐒𝐓𝐻 is there now, okay. We'll do Crumb, because we're going to drop the Super Laser Tech to kill the Super Laser Tech so we can start ramping. That gets us one step closer to basically ensuring that we survive. I guess we could do Dr. Pershing. Dr. Pershing kills Super Laser Tech, but well, that does suck. We'll just hit that. Trigger Super Laser Tech to go into that. Okay. Sucks we lost that. We'll just claim the ability there. And I think we'll put the resupply away. The best thing to do here is to drop this 𝐒𝐓𝐻, because then, depending on what happens, we can barrage on the following turn. So that way we can ensure that we can start dealing damage. So we'll drop the 𝐒𝐓𝐻 here. 𝐒𝐓𝐻 does have Restore 2 on it. We don't have any pilots to utilize with the 𝐒𝐓𝐻, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to do this to damage the 𝐒𝐓𝐻 to knock off the shield. If he wants to come in with the Y-Wing and damage the 𝐒𝐓𝐻, that's fine by me. We'll just claim, like I said, next turn, I'm basically going to Overwhelming Barrage for 6, and I basically knock out all of this board state. We'll put Cobb away. Not mentioning that we also have the ability to put Asajj on this. So, yeah, let's put Asajj onto the 𝐒𝐓𝐻. Then we can go Overwhelming Barrage. Okay, that doesn't really matter. We can still Overwhelming Barrage to literally murk the entirety of this board state. We just put all the damage there. That literally kills the board state. Dr. Pershing. We'll draw a card, damaging himself. To draw that, we'll put out Crumb, and then we will do that. This is going to come up now, very important. So we'll just throw the super laser tech away. There's not really a purpose have anything with that here, because we can easily go crumb attack, Dr. Pershing target crumb. That is going to come on down now. So let's do crumb's attack base. Yep, confiscate. Let's get the Vader off there. No more Vader, son. Vader is not a fun man to play with. And plus that burns his epic action, so he's just done for the day. We'll draw a card, damage that, draw a card. Let's go Viper Probe Droid. Ooh, look at that. Pretty nice things to have. Let's just pass from that one. Turbo Laser Salvo, just to nuke the entirety of his ground state, is not too bad as well. We'll put the Darth Vader away, because literally what is that going to do for us? I don't know what a Vader is going to do at all for us. Alright, Overwhelming Barrage, do 7, but it won't be enough to kill the Corvus. And if he does go after the Corvus, it just makes the Corvus beyond massive. I don't know if he wants to do that. Okay, so he didn't decide to go that. We're going to do this. We do get to draw that. This bomber is big, which is a problem, but I mean, we are literally... Well, I guess next turn we can go Turbo Laser Salvo. I think the better option here is to smash face into the base. Okay, so deal 1 damage, smash face into the base. We could do this, deal 1 damage here, deal 1 damage there. Basically bring this bomber down a little bit. One less attack on that bomber isn't all that bad. And again, next turn we can literally drop the Avenger. So, I mean, how the heck does he deal with that? I mean, I don't know if he wants to swing the bomber into the Corvus, knowing full well that he just basically powers it up. We will do Pershing to draw. Let's just kill off Pershing. We could deal 1 more damage to Asajj, but honestly, I don't think there's really much of a purpose to deal 1 more damage to Asajj. Alright, so this could be going back to a 5/5 now, so yep. We'll just put the resupply away. It's not impactful to keep that in hand. Let's get rid of this clone cohort bomber here before it becomes a nuisance. Phase 3 Dark Trooper, it's not a less than 2, so we don't get to play it for free, but we do get to have it in hand. Which again is, oh look everybody, Bazine! We were playing Bazine in ours too, funny enough. So what does he want to rip out? I mean, I don't know how he's going to win. We literally controlled the board state. Well, folks, we kind of saw the power of Asajj there. Maybe not 100%, but I mean, did you look at our hand? We were stacked with what this deck usually these 2 colors are. Control. It's just straight control. I mean, we were literally pumping up Asajj. I mean, next turn, we would just swing Corvus, pump up Asajj again. We were doing 10 damage off of that Corvus swing. We literally had the ability to go Avenger to come down, and then the next turn we literally had Devastator to come down. So I mean, there was literally not much our opponent could really do at this point, because we literally had a great leader pumping up 1 vehicle, and that 1 vehicle just being big and massive, and not mentioning that we literally drew the Confiscate to literally get rid of the upgrade so that we didn't have to worry about it at all. So yeah, Confiscate came in really clutch against Lord Vader, but overall, I mean, very strong strategy overall. I think if you don't respect this grit, it's pretty bad, because once it gets onto something, it just makes it massive. I mean, like, if she had gotten actually on the Devastating Gunship, that's even nastier. That's even nastier, even though this naturally already has grit, but that's still kind of nasty. I think putting on the Corvus or even the Invisible Hand is pretty nasty, because then those ships can slowly get chip damaged grit up, and then slowly you're just dealing this slow damage up onto herself. I mean, even touching into like Avenger and Devastator, turning them into leader units is pretty nasty as well, because then your opponent has to have cards that can deal with non-leader units, and then slowly just chip damaging them so that you make them much, much bigger. But yeah, I mean, this deck is a lot of fun. I don't know if it's like high level. Maybe it's like a tier 2 meta strategy that a lot of people wouldn't respect. I mean, there's different ways to build this. You could build this with more of the grit strategy, like the Enforcers, the Speeder Bike, the Wookiees, anything that really has like a lot of that has naturally grit on it so that it gets powered up, or you can build like this strategy where basically it's just pretty much just turbo control. That's literally what most Vigilance decks are. They're just turbo control. Vigilance ability is the better turbo control because you have power of the dark side on your side of the board. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, down in the comments on the Asajj deck, on the gameplay with the Vader yellow. As a reminder, that card pinged up there for you all as well if you want to go check out our Vader yellow. I won't spoil what we faced or if we won or not. You guys gotta go. You guys gotta go check it out. But yeah, let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can notify when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you here next time on Dragons TCG.